First thing first, shut up if you're about to say something about my head. I just got through mopping the floor with it. But look, Joe Budden said that he likes watching other podcasts fail. And he don't play no qualms about it. But this is what he had to say.
I like watching most of you fail. Let's take it off Joe now. Statistics show that most of you are failing. From 2018 up until now, podcast creation is down over half, more than half, from 2018 to now. That's not Joe making this up. Y'all in the failing. I like it. As somebody that has dedicated his life to podcasting, and I'm not leaving no time soon, I like when all of y'all jump in the race, bump your head a few times, and run away because it ain't no money in it. I don't feel guilt about it. Take y'all bump somewhere else and figure it out. I'm here. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe this. He's supposed to be influential. And I kind of like, okay, I see what you're saying. Let me come back for 2 seconds. Is anybody successful saying it? No. Well, hold on. No. The Nazis saying it? Failure. What's... bad. He been trying to succeed for over a decade. That's failure. That's not nice, bro.
So I think part of the reason this comes off like this is because he's talking about somebody specific. Who, I don't know. I didn't get into all of that. But that's why it's coming off kind of aggressive. But he said most, not all. So it's some podcasts that he likes that I'm sure he wants to see succeed. But this whole, everybody rushed the market and trying to make a couple dollars off of it. And I hope they all fail because I'm dedicated and this, that, and that. I don't really get that part of it. I'm going to try to understand as we go through this, but I don't really get that part of it because, it reminds me of like the comedians getting mad at the younger generation because the younger generation has the internet. And it's a whole generation of young comedians out here, or they calling themselves comedians because they do skits online. They make people laugh. They got a huge following. They making a lot of money. And it's a lot of comedians that have been doing this thing, hitting the stage for years, and haven't figured out the ins and outs of the internet. And they may look at some of the younger generation like, man, y'all not real comedians. Y'all don't know how to hit the stage and you don't know this stage presence and this, that, and that. They may feel some type of way because the younger generation haven't worked on their craft like they should have all the way through and through. It seems kind of similar to that. But also it seems he made a point at the end as far as him talking about, is anybody successful talking this way? And that's how I feel like the younger generation of comedians would talk back to the older guys. Like, y'all wouldn't be saying this if y'all knew how to manipulate the internet and make some money. You wouldn't be mad if you were successful at it. So it's like points coming from both sides. But those comedians do have a point because they are a bit mad that these younger generations haven't had to put in the work to get to the level that they're at. But my thing is, show them. Take them under your arm and show them. Or at least if that's not what your thing is to do, if you don't care enough, of course, Joe ain't care about all these other podcasts trying to get something done, right? So, but why does it have to be hate though? You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to be like, oh, I hope you don't succeed? I mean, you could give them some game. Like, you could just be like, yeah, I wish you well. But I'm telling y'all, it's not as much money in it as you think it is. You understand what I'm saying? And if you think so, you're going into it backwards. I think you could kind of give people a little bit of game like that as far as what they're about to get themselves into, as far as monetarily and what you're going to have to put into it and the time that you're going to have to put into it and all the hard work that you're going to have to put into it and all the hours that you're going to be working and not going to get paid in the beginning and how long it's going to take to make it profitable. I think he could more so spend time and effort in taking that angle at it to, I'm not going to say deter some of these people from going into podcasting, but to letting them know, I'm just letting you know what type of work this is. Because letting them know up front what type of work this is and what they probably ain't going to get out of it right away, they might just walk away from it anyway without even doing it. You understand? It's like somebody saying they want to go to the NFL. I would rather have an NFL player that would feel like, you know what? Let me tell you what you're going to have to go through, young brother. Instead of being like, I hope you don't make it, right? Instead of being like, I hope you don't make it to the league. I can't wait to see all of y'all fail and bust your knee and never make it to the league. Like, instead of that, tell them your schedule for the day. Tell them what you do on a daily basis. How you have to get up and go to 2 practices a day, and how you have to eat right all the time, how you have to work out all the time before practice, running before practice, in between practice, after practice work down. You got to do all the therapy and all of this and the cold baths just give them a rundown of what your day is like, and then what your week is like, and then what your month is like, and then what your year is like, how much time you actually get off, which is like almost none. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may reconfigure if they want to go to the NFL or not. You know, some people can kind of figure out, hey, this ain't for me, by you giving them some of that game. I know Joe kind of, like I said, he made this personal because of whoever he's mad at. But if he's mad at the saturation of the market, and I get how you can get mad at the saturation of the market. When the market gets saturated and everybody's in there trying to make a couple dollars, it's just like how we look at all the rappers nowadays. It's like everybody everywhere is like, I'm a rapper, right? And I know the real rappers that pay attention to that pen and really into the lyrics and all of that, I know they're like, I'm sick of everybody saying they're a rapper and just bum rushing the game. We need to clear some of this out. You know what I'm saying? But even understanding that part of it, like wanting to just clear the space of some of the junk that's in there, even understanding that part of it, it's like, I feel like it doesn't have to be hate, though. It just feels like what I discussed in one of these videos I did not too long ago, as far as the syndrome that black folk have, as far as not wanting to see each other succeed. It's a deep-rooted jealousy in us sometimes that can be there, dating back to slavery, when they pitted us against each other. And, you know, you give one black guy a little bit of power and he turns into Steven from Django. You understand what I'm saying? Samuel L. Jackson character. And it's just like it is rolled over into this day and time also, to where when we doing good, we like to show off to everybody. But then when everybody trying to ask you, like, how did you start doing good? How you get on? Like, put me on. Show me how to, you want to keep it. You don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really want to give up the secret or whatever. Or when they do, when somebody else gets on and this, that, and other, like, the group starts to hate on them. He think he all this, he doing something. And maybe that's some of what Joe has experienced as he has kept going to higher levels, as everybody has talked a certain way about him through the years. So maybe that's where some of that aggression is coming from getting into it with different people or knowing how they feel about you with this and that and the other. But I'm just saying, it's enough room for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? People are going to pay attention who they want to pay attention to, who they want to listen to. And as much as the podcast game goes up and down, it fluctuates on, people have an ear for who they have an ear for. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people prefer listening to a certain guy talk about this because he talks about certain subjects or he talks a certain way, and they prefer other people for the same thing. It's just like, you could have two platforms discussing the same type of topics, but you like this delivery better than that one. So it's room for everybody to eat from my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know who Joe is talking about as far as the aggression and how he's going at it, but some of that can be alleviated with just us working together. Like I brought up in the early part about the comedians, like the older comedians could benefit from taking the younger comedians under their arm and showing them, hey, you got to hit this stage, right? Like, you got to get your actual comedy chops together before you can really work these tours and do well on them and be funny on stage. It's a whole different animal than being funny in the skit, because it's like me. Like, I can do a quick skit that's funny or somewhat funny if y'all halfway smirk at it or something, but I'm not a real life, just life of the party funny guy. Like, not me. I know that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a delight to be around, but I know I'm not the guy that everybody gonna be sitting around like, say something else. Say something else. Why you stupid? why that boy stupid? I know it. I ain't even saying nothing. I'm just saying, I know you're gonna say something though. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so I think it would be better for comedians to take under their wing the younger guys that are working these skits and doing all this stuff and making these money. And then in turn, the younger guys can give the older guys some game on, hey, this is how I'm freaking these skits and doing this, that, and the other. And I'm making money in these ways on Instagram, this, that, and the other. Maybe you can get in and do the same thing. I just think as black folk and as black, white folk, whatever folk or color you is, but especially to my black folk, we don't have to be so like closed-handed with the stuff that we learn and the ways that we come up. And it is not nothing wrong with seeing other people want to come up as well. You know what I'm saying? But this your boy Pete Camp. Tell me what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.